Welcome, everyone. The Average Aussies, episode 6. Yeah, we've made it here. Finally, someone's been able to knock the mighty Arsenal off, but we'll get to that.
Leo's
fellas,
energy has dropped a little.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a
notice?
somber start to the episode, mate.
I just had to, fellas, how are we? I'm sure you guys are great.
Mixed results for Liverpool, but in terms of me generally,
How are you inside?
I feel pretty good.
Pretty good.
Had
okay.
dinner before I came.
Perked
So,
up. He's good to go.
Full of
B-Boss?
energy.
I'm well. 6 games undefeated. What can I say? Way better than I thought
I
we'd
know
go.
you could give us something.
Let's go. Arsenal's first loss. Look at me. I'm buzzing.
Yeah, of course you would
If
be.
this is you buzzing, I'd hate to see you on the downer.
his punditry is, what can I say?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. Should we talk about the missing man?
Oh, yeah. Probably should. Sorry, Jenga. The big fella, he's missing tonight. He's got the dreaded, where'd he go? He's over there somewhere. I'll Photoshop you in right here. He's got the dreaded night shift, so without the big, booming, most aggressive man in fan TV, I would say.
Big call there.
There it is. As always, everyone, please like, subscribe to the channel, leave us a comment. We've got Insta, all the socials, Insta, Twitter, TikTok, and the Fantasy League. The code will be in the description below. We've got 2 game rounds to cover this week.
20 matches.
20
since we last
matches.
saw
A
you.
lot of content to
Huge.
get through.
Content. We're going to try and not go too
Lucky
deep
we're
with it.
obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'd be a punish. But
But yeah, so midweek, fellas, we had few results, few interesting, not really interesting results, few expected results, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
started-
We probably should have wrote down our predictions and then we could have.
I
seen
feel
how we
like
went.
some of them were not too far off. Crystal Palace, Brentford, 1-1 draw, not bad. Fulham, Brighton, Fulham 2, Brighton 1.
Good result for Fulham, that.
Good
3
result
points at
for
home. That's what they need to be doing to stay up. So
Well, it's a good result for Fulham considering the weekend's results.
and Brighton are in the top 4.
Yeah,
so
that's what I mean,
huge
like,
for
very
big-
true.
big game.
Very true.
Southampton 2, Chelsea 1.
How good was
Loving that.
Oh.
Absolutely loving that.
Chelsea are in all sorts, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They've got. I don't know if they got dramas, but there's just I don't know what it is. There's a missing link in that.
They're not
team.
stable. They're not
Yeah.
calm,
Yeah.
and they don't come out playing the same Chelsea.
I don't
every
think
week.
Tuchel knows what his best side is. I don't think he
No.
No,
knows.
I don't think he knows either. And there's a lack of discipline in
Playing
that squad,
different
not just
front
with
lines and
like
shit. And their signings.
Yeah.
Aubameyang's now there.
Oh well, he's not going to help the discipline factor
No,
because it's
like-
not just about cards; it's even about like positional play and
Yeah, it's
stuff. I
just
just think that
about-
they're lacking discipline across the
And
park.
yeah, interesting from Chelsea to start the season. Leeds, Everton 1-1. As I say, Everton just don't lose the next game.
They just, and we'll see that in the round after that as well. They seem to love a draw.
Is
Well-
that 4 draws in a row, or
It's
almost?
close.
It feels that way.
it's
They
something
could
like
be
that, yeah.
drawing their way to safety.
Well, you can do that. That
They
was my
literally
point.
could.
That was my point. You can do that. You can absolutely do
What a
that.
depressing thing.
Yeah, well, look, they're not in the best way, but look, Leeds aren't going too bad.
Look, it's something to build on for them.
I feel like you say that every week.
I'm trying to not be too bitter about them, so they can build on a draw.
Yeah, they can. Look, they can. Bournemouth, Wolves 0-0. That's not bad for Bournemouth considering what they've come off the back of.
True.
And
Very
again, what will eventuate throughout that weekend. Mighty Arsenal got the job done over Villa 2-1. Not a bad game for us. We could have scored multiple goals in that game, I feel. I feel Villa shouldn't have a goal at all because that was a foul on our goalkeeper.
Yeah, you
Ramsdale.
weren't too happy about
He's
that
get-
midweek.
He's getting held. Like you cannot impede a goalkeeper and stop him from going around you to make a save.
Yeah.
You can't do that. And we'll get.
No, get it out, mate. Get it out.
No, because I've got Groz's grudge of the week coming for me.
Oh,
Arsenal.
okay.
It's
all right.
coming.
Well, just on that quickly, I do find that sometimes keepers are a little bit too protected, but in that circumstance, like that's a straight up foul.
It's a foul. All
Villa
day.
got a goal that they should
Definitely.
not.
And
when
how-
we get to the Chelsea game on the weekend,
Yeah,
how
look.
protected Mendy was.
We're
that-
about to.
We'll
get
get there. That was a bloody
We're
joke.
about to let loose here. Groz's grudge of the week is going to include everyone. It's going to be the average Aussie's grudge of the week. My call for City Forest to be a bloodbath was correct. Haaland, absolute freak. second hat-trick in a row in the Premier League after he's got 9 goals after 6 games or something like that.
Well, that would have been 9 after 5.
Yeah.
Did he?
He scored on the weekend.
Well, then he'd have 10.
He's got 10.
10 and 6.
And that hat trick was in the first 38 minutes of the match.
Insane. Insane. West Ham Spurs 1-1. I don't
Another
mind
poor
seeing
performance.
that.
It was. I'm glad we played well on the weekend because that really upset me. Get up early in the morning and just average. West Ham, I said it in the last week's potty. They were our bogey team, but then we came good. But they just still, you shouldn't be drawing to West Ham when they're coming. I think they were last at kickoff on that match, so that really pissed me off.
Yeah, no, it's not the best result. Definitely one you kind of want to get like more than that from.
I actually watched a little bit of the highlights of that, and I think that Højbjerg let you down there because he was like on and off the park trying to change his boot. And I think
Really?
like he was
I didn't see
coming
that.
on and off, and then
What, long studs, short studs, or
I don't know. I think he might have got injured, and I don't know if it like tore the boot or something. But he was sort of like stuffing around, and it seemed like it was distracting your team. And then it wasn't too long after that that Souček come through and scored the equaliser, and it just seemed like he put you a little bit on the back foot with like a. I mean, I think if he had a shot boot, there's not much you can do about it. But you lacked organisation for 5, and
That
punished
could happen,
them.
can't
West
it?
Ham punished you.
Yeah. Liverpool 2, Newcastle 1, daylight robbery.
Daylight. Tell me why. Tell me why.
Because you were playing in Fergie time, mate.
Let's talk about that quickly. Well, look, I like Newcastle. Okay,
We
I just
all
want to
do.
put that out there. I did feel
Playing in Fergie time.
I did feel a little bit sorry for them because no one likes to lose like that. And being a club that I don't mind, felt a little bit sorry for them. But at the end of the day, the referee added on 5 minutes. Nick Pope decided he'd take a minute for a goal kick and then lie down with cramp for 90 seconds. And we won the corner within that time added back on. That's what I saw. I watched it. That's what I saw. So at the end of the day, if Nick Pope hadn't have been time wasting, and on that, some of their players, like Lascelles, the centre back, I think this is like the first or second game he's played this season. I don't think he's been in the team. He's getting cramp in the 60th minute. How does a Premier League footballer who's
No,
played
I can see
bugger all
that.
time get cramps 60 minutes in?
Because he's played bugger all. His muscles aren't conditioned
He's
to
just
it.
come off pre-season.
Nah, mate, I would agree. He can
And
get
the
cramp
amount
all
of
day
them
the
that
week.
got cramp, they were
Well,
time
of course,
wasting.
it's Liverpool. You're gonna like do everything you can, but
I
I,
know,
just
and
feel
I-
like
and I
the
get
extra
that.
time was a bit too
Look.
much. That's a bit too much. Like,
You would think that.
well, it is though. Like, how do you feel about it? What do you
I
think?
hate time wasting.
You
but
hate time wasting, but when you're in like the 9th minute or whatever it was of injury time, like, come on,
There was
you
5.
might as well play extra time.
There was 5 added on, and we scored. It was said 98th minute because this at 7. That is the 8th minute.
Yeah.
So there was about 2.5 minutes added on to the 5 minutes of injury time due to time wasting from Newcastle.
Yeah, so my view on it is I hate time wasting, so I
Mm-hmm.
don't feel sorry for Newcastle. But like you said earlier, the refs never put on the time wasting time
No.
in injury time. They just go, bugger it.
Yeah,
It's
or they
96 minutes,
give you an
said
extra
6.
like 30 seconds or something,
I'm
like an extra
gone.
phase of play,
I'm gone.
and that's
so
it.
That's when it's like,
It's
if you're going to do it for one club,
consistency,
do it for everyone.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's consistency, isn't
and
it?
we're gonna get to fucking consistency soon.
Lacking severely.
Also, Isaac had a goal that you think was
Look,
offside.
on that one, when we played United and they beat us 2-1, I thought that Rashford was marginally offside,
Yeah.
but VAR said he wasn't.
Yep.
I didn't even mention that in the potty or to anyone because you don't want to be sitting here making excuses. At the end of the day, they beat us 2-1, but that got them to 2-0 and theoretically like turned the game.
Yeah.
A lot harder to come back from 2-0 down than 1-0 down, especially away to United.
Yeah.
So that could have robbed us, but then, that would have put Newcastle 2-0 up, I think, or 2-1 up.
Yeah.
I think it might have been 2-0 up. And that would have put us out of the game again, but it went our way this time.
Yeah.
Like they did say that with VAR and offsides, they put like a percentage in to give the attacker like the benefit of the doubt. And
Oh, I feel like we'll
was
get to that
offside.
because I feel like it's the other way around lately. But
it does seem like that. But I guess
we'll
my
get-
point is
we'll get
sometimes it works for you, sometimes it
Yeah,
doesn't.
yeah, I
and
know.
we had both within 3 weeks and
yeah,
I mean
it goes and it comes and goes.
it's one of those ones you're looking at it on the telly and you're honestly going, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it could go either way here,
You're
and
not
you're
gonna argue
hoping
either
they
way. Yeah,
call it offside
exactly
because
right.
you're like, oh. But if they didn't, you just would have been like, ah, fuck, we're 2-0
Yeah,
down. So
100%.
Newcastle, if you're a Newcastle fan, you probably feel robbed. I get it, but
But suck shit. So I'm kidding. And Leicester 0, Man United 1. Leicester, licorice all sorts really. Not.
What are they going to do?
Leicester are the plain chips.
Yeah, look.
In the chip packet. No
I
one
guess
wants
we
them.
can cover it when we get to the weekend because this is the big results. The weekend we'll jump straight in. Started off with the Merseyside derby, so we'll go from Newcastle to Merseyside.
Okay.
How do you feel about that result, Everton Liverpool?
Oh,
Was it deserved? Did you think you deserved more out of the game?
look, if Carvalho hadn't have scored the winner against Newcastle, I'd be feeling a lot more glum right now.
Yeah.
From those two games. Like he's probably glossed over the fact that it could have been 2 draws in
Yeah.
a row. Pickford had a cracking game.
He did.
He made something
Oh,
like
did he ever?
9 saves.
He really stood up for that England
And
spot.
there was one there where Nunes, like, great ball over the top, great control on the volley. He's just tipped it on to the post.
Yeah.
And then Diaz has come around. Like, he stopped it from going out.
His
He's come
second
around
movements,
and he's
yeah.
absolutely rocked the upright.
Yeah.
Now, we're only talking millimetres, and that could have been the winner. Either of those two within 20 seconds. Like, that's how football goes sometimes.
Yeah, you could have got a few winners in that game. I
Yeah,
feel
but
like.
they could have as well.
Yeah,
Allison
went out.
did
Yeah,
some
Allison
really
had a good
quality
game.
saves.
Yeah.
I
If you haven't
game,
watched
game of
it,
the goalkeepers, yeah,
Average Aussies, you haven't watched the extended highlights of that one, watch it.
Yeah.
It was
for
one of
sure.
those games where, as a nil, it's probably the most entertaining nil-all.
Yes.
Yeah, you
that
can't
you'll
get better
watch.
than that.
It's a great
Just-
watch.
Sometimes you love a nil-all.
Yeah.
Nil-alls can be great games, like
And-
just end to end, and especially when goal. I don't know if anyone else is saying, but I love watching goalkeepers have great games.
Oh, that was a game for the goalkeepers.
Yeah, I
for
love
sure.
like when they're just
Yeah.
pulling off crazy save after crazy save, and it's like, how good's Premier League football?
Yeah, yeah. It's Premier League football. As I said to you though, Beef, like a derby, like I just think like form goes out the window.
Yeah,
Like not
did.
that we've been in great form, but any derby, like Everton are always up for it,
Yeah.
especially at Goodison. Like the fans are that close to the ground, they're like wanting to rip everyone's head off.
Exactly. Right.
Like, like I'm not surprised it ended like that. And I feel there's been a few of them in a few years, like when we go, like if we draw with Everton, it seems to be at Goodison.
And that's why derbies hold so much more weight as a fan.
Oh.
Where when you're not a fan of the club, you think it's just another match. But when you know it's a derby, it just means more when you score, when you
Means
win.
more for everyone.
and
Big time.
Punters, players,
Yeah.
coaches, managers, everyone.
another 2 things I want to talk about that. There was a marginal offside for Connor Cody. Looked like he might have scored the winning goal. But yet again, if you watch it back, I think VAR got it right there.
Yeah.
I think he was offside.
Yeah, I think he was marginally offside.
I think
That would have been good for him though, because he was come from you guys to Everton.
well, apparently he was boyhood Evertonian,
Yeah, okay,
but went into the Liverpool academy.
right.
But yeah, so which is not that uncommon. There's been a few like
No,
Carragher
yeah,
did that, Ian
Carragher,
Rush.
yeah, exactly right.
The only other thing I want to talk about, and don't come at me, Liverpool fans, but I think that Big Verge was lucky to stay on the park.
Oh, that's I
Any
can't believe I
Liverpool
was
fan
about
would
to
agree,
gloss
man.
over
Yeah, I don't know.
that.
Some people of any club, they
That's
they got their glasses on from their club and they don't see these things.
but that just gets my knickers in a twist because, like, I've seen, I know Arsenal, but I've seen Aubameyang sent off for that foul. I've seen Xhaka sent off for that foul. Son, I'm pretty sure has been
They
sent off.
all
for
get sent
something
off in the last 5 years for that exact thing where they go over the top of the ball, but their foot was at a 45 or flatter angle and it hits the shin.
And that's
a red card.
I've spoken about it in the podcast recently too. There's been 3 challenges that I've pulled up in this podcast. We can go back and I can find them, but that I've spoken about where they've been like straight up studs on the top of the ankle, like bordering shin, and it's some of them haven't even been yellow cards, and it's just like
yeah.
What are we watching, and what's VAR doing? Is that not
Well,
like,
I think the thing with VAR is that, like, I think it was a Van Dijk red card for sure.
Yeah.
Like no doubt about that. But I think the point of VAR, and we can get onto this
We're
later
gonna
because
get into
I
it.
don't think that they did this over the weekend, especially with that West Ham controversy. But I think that the point of VAR is to overturn clear and obvious errors. And I think that when they watched it back, it looked like Van Dijk came over the top. Yet again, I think it was a red card. This isn't me trying
Yeah.
to like dismiss it as it
No,
wasn't,
no.
but I think in fast motion, the fact also that who was it? Was it Morpie that got?
I actually don't know.
I
who
think it
was.
might have been, but I think the fact that he wasn't like severely injured, which shouldn't be,
Shouldn't be.
whether
yeah,
or not that's a red card.
Because
I think
one
like
day you're fine, the next day you've snapped your leg.
even the fact that I think if you look at Van Dijk's body position, he was almost leaning back and reaching for the ball. He
Yeah.
wasn't. It wasn't like a lunge or like a 2-footed flying. And I think that they looked at it and they deemed that it wasn't a clear and obvious error. So that comes back to them deciding that the referee has seen it and decided that he thinks it's a yellow. now,
Well,
as I said, I think it's a red.
Which contradicts
Well,
all the other VAR
everything
shit
that
went
else
on
has happened this weekend.
VAR.
Oh,
exactly, but that was the point of VAR was.
It's not to re-referee
No,
games.
they don't want to be refereeing like from a bunker, like in NRL.
No,
It's meant to
but-
be for clear and obvious
But
errors.
they pick and choose when they want it.
I know,
Anyway.
and that's the problem is the consistency.
And I think the reason, honestly, I believe this, the reason why he didn't get sent off is because he's a superstar. If that's some central defensive
You
midfielder
reckon?
from Fulham, he's
Nah.
gone.
You really
no
think
way in
that?
hell.
Yes, I reckon they look, if it's...
No.
I'm surprised he didn't
I'm
get
telling
sent
you,
off.
Harry
purely-
Kane has got away with some dodgy red cards over the year just because he's Harry Kane.
I think that
Virgil,
that's more because he's a striker. I feel like there's this thing where they let strikers get away with things because they're almost like, oh, he doesn't know how to tackle.
I reckon if it's... I reckon from observation, I think
Watch some Arsenal games, man. I've seen some strikers be sent off.
if that's
I've
not a
seen-
superstar, he's off. That's my belief.
I don't know
If
because
that's
anything
true-
it's at Goodison, you would think he's most likely to get sent off there.
I've seen Gerrard get sent off multiple times. I've seen like Aubameyang get sent
Yeah,
off.
you've-
I watched like Zidane get sent off in the World Cup final. Fair enough, he headbutts on.
Yeah, but
if you're telling me
You're talking about
hold
watching
on.
them getting
Good,
sent
yeah.
off. You're thinking of like a couple of memories. I'm talking about the weekend. I'm not
Yeah, but
talking
if
about
you're
the span of
saying
their career.
if you're saying that referees actively go, oh, he's a good player, but not send him off. That's bigger than FIFA corruption. That is. I'm
I-
sorry, but that's
and you just don't believe that occurs at all,
No.
based on the player.
player's name. Wait, yeah. Well, I can agree. I wouldn't
Reputation,
say.
maybe?
Yeah, I wouldn't say the fact that Van Dijk's a superstar is the reason. Their reputation.
Their
the name.
reputation may
Xhaka
precede them, yeah.
would have been not even a question asked. He would have had the red card out before he even made
Yeah, 'cause he's a
contact.
dirty
Same
bastard.
with Mascherano.
No,
same
but
with like Paul Scholes was known for it. He would have been redded before.
Like
it
that's
even
what I mean.
happened,
Like like Cantona, like their reputation will.
Yeah.
I don't know if their stardom factors into
Okay,
it.
I know what you mean, and maybe I want to rephrase it in the fact that it was Van Dijk rather than that it's like a superstar
So
is
if
the
you,
reason he
who's
didn't
your
get
other
sent
centre
off.
back?
It was Gomez, I think, in
Gomez?
that game.
So
Yeah.
if Gomez does that, do you think Gomez gets sent off? Is that what you're trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is that because it was Van Dijk, I don't want to paint the picture across any other teams or anybody else, but I think because it was Van Dijk, he didn't get sent off.
So you're trying to say maybe because Van Dijk is maybe like a little bit more of a
He's
goody-
got a good
boy,
reputation.
Yeah. He's like a
He
fan
hasn't done
favourite
it
of.
before. That's why I think he didn't get sent off.
Yeah, look,
So you're saying his reputation
to be honest,
of being
I
a good bloke?
I fucking hope not.
I mean, he didn't
I didn't
get
say
sent
good bloke, but from not being dirty.
Okay.
It's Liverpool.
I
Can't be
think he's
that
a
good.
fuckwit there.
All right. Well, that's controversial. I like
That's-
it.
Well, I'd like to
but
see if anyone would
huge call.
agree.
Yeah, if you agree with Ethan, like if you think that players' names weigh into the fact whether they get red cards, let us know.
Surely
like, in the
someone else
comments.
believes that. That's not
I
a
don't
long
thi-
stretch of the bow.
I don't think
at
that
all.
you're completely incorrect. I think
yeah,
that players have reputations that can precede them, but your initial thing, which might have just been what you said, like was superstars don't get sent off.
No,
Like that's what you were sort of saying.
Because
Like,
he didn't get sent off because of he's a superstar. But I should have said because of who he is.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, okay, that makes more
Yeah,
sense
yeah,
to me. Yeah.
All right. Well, moving on from one fucking debacle to another. Chelsea
Hold on, what?
2, West Ham 1. Now, I said daylight robbery before. This is pure daylight robbery. What did David Moyes call it?
He said it was.
debacle.
What was the word he used?
He said it was rotten, a rotten call.
It was
But he also said it's a scandalous decision.
scandalous. It was scandalous because that
It
is
was.
that is
It
almost
was.
corruption at the highest
was.
level there by the looks of things. Like, and the thing is too, I forget who it was. Who's the guy on Opta Sport? The old Brighton striker.
Not sure, mate.
I really like him. I think he's a great pundit. But he made the point that when they watch VAR, they never give it to him in normal speed. It's always in slow motion.
Yes.
And things can look
Yeah.
so much different
Yeah,
in slow
they
motion.
do,
You
man.
watch
Definitely.
that challenge in slow motion, and yeah, I can see how you would maybe think that it looks like he's dragging a leg, but what I did right in the slow motion was I was watching Mendy, and if you just watch Mendy and watch the natural things that happen with was it Jared Bowen's
Yeah, it was
legs?
Jared Bowen, yeah.
Watch the natural things that happen with his legs. If you're just watching Mendy and not watching him, and you see the leg clip, it looks normal. Whereas
Yeah.
if you watch Jared Bowen in slow motion and it looks like he drags a leg, and then you watch it in normal speed and it looks like he's just running and he's just
Yeah.
jumped over him.
And he is, and that's what happened. Like Mendy's parried it when he should have caught it, and he's gone, oh shit, and then suddenly, oh, I'm injured. Like it's an absolute.
Mendy, and he's milked that for all it's worth.
Oh,
It's
that's what I
disgusting.
mean.
And it's shit because he's in terrible form too. Like
Yeah.
speaking of licorice all sorts at Chelsea, he's part of that. He's I'm pretty sure the first goal he was just a shambles. Like I think he tried to come for it and he batted it down or something happened. And
He's lacking confidence,
yeah.
and that's when players make poor decisions.
And I think the Chilwell goal. Do you guys see that? Like how he tapped it back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a 1 in a million goal. Any day of the week that hits the keeper or you don't get
Yeah.
that right. Like
Yeah.
I don't think he was intentionally trying to put that in the goal, if that makes sense. Like
It looked good.
it looked amazing, but to me that just looked like he tried something and it come off. And I don't think any other day of the week that never ever happens again.
I reckon from that game, VAR will go through a tweak.
Well,
I
they came
just-
out and said
this
that.
weekend they have to go through
Yeah.
a tweak.
Good.
This weekend.
It was it. I feel so bad for West Ham fans because when you watch it in real time and the ref's like, "Get up!" Like,
Yeah.
yeah, serious?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
You
and-
ran at him and went, "Oh,
And that's what I was saying
and that
about
goes back
like
to re-ref in the game. Like
That's
the
what I
refs
was saying.
seen that,
Yeah.
called it.
That's what I was saying. Like with the Van Dijk challenge, yes, red card, but they've gone. Was it a clear and obvious error by the referee? He's seen it, given a yellow. Like, okay,
Yeah.
don't agree, but they didn't obviously determine that it was a clear and obvious error. If they didn't determine that was a clear and obvious error, how can they determine that Jared Bowen jumping over a keeper and his shoelaces brushing his chest, and the referee being like, if you watch the footage, here's bang
Right
behind
there.
it, sees
Yeah,
exactly
watches
what
it.
happens.
Exactly
How
right.
can they haven't gone,
In real time,
they might not
in the
agree.
heat of the moment.
they
watched
might not
everything.
agree with the referee's decision, but was it a clear and obvious error? No. Whoever was in VAR has gone, I don't
you
think.
might need to look at this.
Yeah,
It could
I
be a
don't
bit
think
dodgy.
that he should have given that.
Yeah.
I'll tell him that he needs to look. And as soon
Yeah.
as they go over to the monitor,
That's it.
they're
It's game
overturning
over.
the decision.
Yeah, it's game over.
Every single time.
Good question. Has that ever happened?
It didn't happen this weekend. I forget who
Oh.
it was. The handball. I think they called
they
him
didn't
over.
overturn.
They called him over for the handball, and I think he stayed with whatever decision he made on the
I think
field.
that might have been the Spurs game."
Was it? Who was
I feel like we've got a handball turned down against us in that West Ham game.
I think it was on the weekend. I forget who it was. It was I forget what the referee's name is, but if we Google it, you'll find out. But
Yeah.
that was definitely correct. And yeah, last thing on Chelsea, a net spend of net spend. I don't know. They've spent $250 million. Just brought in Aubameyang to end the window. That's a ridiculous signing in my eye.
Oh.
In my eyes, like who are you trying to
Did they
bring?
forget
Who are you trying to bring?
What has
in?
happened to Arsenal since he's left? Like, remember
Yeah.
how he
Yeah,
rotted up the dressing room? He came back late from Cancun and
Yeah,
shit.
look,
and then-
he's
that where he was?
Ibiza just partying.
Ibiza,
No, he
yeah.
was on national. He's just doing all weird shit. But
how quickly do they
but
forget?
Playing in the
look,
Cancun Cup.
Aubameyang, I'm not upset. I'm not sad that Aubameyang's gone to Chelsea. It's not like broken my heart when Fabregas went there, but because and it's not that the way that Orba left was sour or anything like that. He just didn't
Was it
want
not?
to play.
In my mind, it was very
wasn't.
sour.
It wasn't sour.
He was
it
a
was
captain,
just
and then he
no. He
Didn't
had
he
the,
get frozen out?
No, he got the captaincy taken off him for indiscretionary acts, and
Yeah.
then he had it taken off him, and then we gave him leave again, and he still come back late again. Like this was like a few weeks after we'd taken the captaincy off him.
Yeah, okay.
And he's done it again, and. Arteta says he just I could see in his eyes he wasn't committed to what we were trying to do, and he goes, as soon as I seen that, he goes, yeah, he kind of got frozen out, but he had to, he had no other choice, and that's one of the big calls that Arteta and Edu made with Arsenal that have pushed us on to the next level.
Yeah, and you need that.
And now you're going to bring that into a Chelsea dressing room that they churn through number nines. Like, look at Lukaku. Like, they don't even they have no structure. Like, I don't know what Chelsea are trying to do. I don't
Chelsea
know
had
what
this sort
Thomas
of-
Tuchel is trying to do there. And I
Yeah.
don't think Aubameyang is the type of player that you're going to bring in and is going to make a massive difference to your change room.
No, and I feel like Chelsea have had discipline issues for like a while.
Yeah.
Like there's too many leaks out of their dressing room.
Yeah.
Like Lukaku going and doing those interviews and
Yeah.
like it happens too often
Yeah.
that like there just seems to be a lack of discipline within that squad, and bringing in Aubameyang is not going to
I
help
just
that
feel
whatsoever.
Like Aubameyang's like not the signing. Watch, now I've said that, I'll turn that into a reel and he'll go and score like 30 goals this season or something. It'll be him and Allen going toe to toe. Brentford 5, Leeds 2.
Haven't
Wowzers.
Brentford got goals in them? Hey, when they want to.
God damn.
Oath.
Yeah.
Like, where did Brentford even come from with this? Like,
Well, Ivan Toney looks like he played like a god.
I did, didn't he?
Oh.
Is he a shout for an England call up?
I think he should be because he
For sure.
gives them something different.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Is he young? I don't know much about him.
I'm not.
I don't feel like
huge-
he's too old. I feel like I'll quickly Google it, but I feel like he's maybe I'm going to say 25.
Yeah, I'm going to go
That's
like
exciting for them. Then. If
mid-20s.
they can hold on to him.
Well, that's the other thing they've got. That as soon as that happens, if Brentford kill it this season, their squads are just getting.
He's
plundered.
going to Chelsea.
Yeah, exactly.
When
He'll
all
be their new
believes.
number 9, and then
Yeah.
he'll end up in like Barcelona not being able to be signed or something like that. But
26 he is.
26, so he's not super young, but he's not super old either. He's kind of
Yeah.
in the prime of his life. Some
Look,
would say.
if he's scoring hat tricks in the Premier League,
I love that I love his tweet too. He come out and he's like, for all you people that took me out of your fantasy teams, like that one was for you. I'm like, "Oh, nice, brother. I never had you, so I don't care.
and he's just happy, but he's always happy. Every
I
post-match
don't have
interview,
him
he's
either.
got a smile.
Yeah, no, he's a cool dude. He's a cool dude. I like it. And I mean, like, look, Brentford. Where are they on the table now? They'd be like moving up in the
Decent,
world.
yeah. I reckon,
Let's get the-
I reckon around 10th. That's a guess.
But Leeds have kind of faltered the last 2 weeks, haven't they? They drew against Everton, which is not amazing for them, but let's find out.
Leeds' dip in form has coincided with Rodrigo's injury.
Yeah, true.
True that.
Truly
Well,
has.
Brentford just went above Leeds. They've gone into 8th.
Yeah, right.
So not bad for them. How are we looking for time there, Figos?
We're at
If
about
you know?
half an hour, I think, mate,
All
roughly.
right. Yeah, we might take a short break and then we'll come back with the rest of the weekend results and Groz's grudge of the week.
And much more.
Um,
Oh, come on.
Come on, we're back.
people care.
We're back. The people want to know. The people want to know about Newcastle nil, Crystal Palace nil. No one actually cares about that. Look, that's probably a fair result. Those teams are.
Are we recording?
Yes, we're recording. I went straight into it.
Just sitting here on my phone. Sorry, everyone.
That's all right, mate.
Look, that's a fair result because they're probably on par with each other. To be fair, at the moment,
Yeah, I think so.
some would say Newcastle may be ahead. I didn't catch much of the game, so it's really hard for me to comment on that
It
one.
is hard for me to comment to. There's only so many games you
There's
can
only
watch at
so
the
many
same time.
games you can watch and like make notes on being like an average Aussie football pundit.
Yeah.
Forest 2, Bournemouth 3.
So since the 9-0 drubbing, they've got a point against Wolverhampton, and then they've beaten Forest, who spent a ridiculous amount of money.
21 players.
22, I think it was,
22
by the end of
players,
it.
yeah.
And
Now,
are they in there yet?
Imagine
Are they playing yet?
they're all in the squad, yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, but if you were if you were player number 19, would you be thinking, "Am I starting? Like, what am I doing?"
No, imagine pre-season you come in, there's like 10, 15 blokes in the fucking change rooms, and you come in like 3 rounds in, and there's 25 people being added to your squad, and there's just people everywhere. You just
Yeah.
go, what the fuck's going on here?
I mean, a couple of them were like
The
signed
buffet would be
and-
sold
and,
out.
yeah.
Like,
The lunch lady's
The
like,
lunch
I do
lady-
not get paid enough for this. They had to buy a new coach. They went from the 12-seater to the 48. It's just... I tell you what, it's not just signing them that they're paying for.
no, well, to be fair, it's not. But like you'd say they've just come up and spent every cent they've earned from coming up on players.
Yeah, I mean, they've obviously gone, we were out of it for too long.
Because does
We're
anyone
staying up.
what they spend? That it would be close to Chelsea, surely.
Yeah, I think Chelsea Yeah.
Chelsea's obviously bought a heap of less players, but spent a lot more money
Yeah,
on them.
well, and that's the thing. And as I said, like there was probably I
I
remember
think it's
saying
between them and Chelsea who's first or second in net spend.
I think it was Chelsea and then Forest, but I remember saying there was about 5 of the Forest players that were signed that then went straight back out on loan.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like there is a bit of building for the future.
I was
there.
going to say, yeah, they'd have
But
to.
I don't know.
They've done
like,
the complete opposite to what Bournemouth have done.
signed no one.
Well, that's half the reason why.
But
I
look at
think
the
old
result.
Scotty Parker's gone. Yeah, but see, I think that's just Bournemouth's manager bounce. I still don't think they're a great
Oh yeah,
side.
I know. They need to be doing that in 5 games for that
And
to be a
they got the interim assistant managers now coach. And he's,
Gary O'Neill, isn't it?
Yeah, I
Used
think
to
so.
play for Portsmouth, I believe.
yeah, talking positively about the team, which I think would help them to get
Yeah.
get some confidence back, get something back. But
Yeah.
I just they did, like, to be honest, in that game they were 2-0 down to come back and win.
Oh yeah.
3-2.
Yeah.
That Philip Billing goal, I don't know if anyone's seen that hammer. He just rocketed that the top corner. It was
Oh yeah, yeah. That was a
great
screamer.
goal.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that was their first one to start the
Yeah,
comeback, which
yeah.
is
Is that their first win, Bournemouth,
sets the tone
for the season?
No, they
don't
won
think so.
opening
Nah,
day
they-
against Villa.
yeah, they've got-
beat them 2-1 or something. I think.
yeah.
Forest are starting looking to struggle now.
Yeah, I think Forest will. Like, they're going to have massive growing pains with that many people.
I think
getting
that
added to your squad.
I don't think that they're going to do great, but I don't think they'll get relegated.
Nah.
I think that they'll there'll be growing pains, but I think that they'll come good. They've signed some quality players, and
Yeah.
like you only have to look at Steve Cooper came in like 10 games in last year, and they were terrible.
It's a strange looking dude.
He is. He looks
He wears
slightly
the sweater around his
He looks
waist.
slightly like Smeagol.
And they score a goal and he doesn't really celebrate. He just does these ones, walking up
Yeah.
the sideline. You're just like, you're a strange
But
fellow,
but
aren't you?
last season he come in about 10 games into the championship season, so he didn't
That's
exactly
right,
have
yeah.
a preseason with the players.
Yep.
And they came second, and with the form they were in, they would have won it if
Yeah.
it wasn't for the first 10. So I think they'll turn it around. I think they'll stay up.
He-
But I
yeah.
think that they'll have growing pains because you can't sign
can't sign
2
that.
squads,
No way.
two 11s, and not think that.
And
you
it's a
know,
bit overkill, really. Like, it's not like you're playing Europe or anything like that. To
Nah.
me, that's a lot of
just a wealthy
extra
owner.
money.
Yeah.
All right, Beef.
Spurs,
Spurs 2,
Fulham.
Fulham 1.
So
That's
probably
not
our
bad.
toughest fixture since we went to the bridge, and really pleased. I think they were in form. Fulham. Mitrovic did get his goal, which seems to be inevitable.
Yeah,
I
you
think
can't
he
stop
scored
him, can you?
5 out of 6 games he's played this season, he
I'm
scored.
pretty sure that was a good goal by him.
Yeah,
Like, it wasn't
he's
bad
such
on-
a solid player.
Yeah.
2 goals for us. Højbjerg scored a nice team goal, and then Kane scored a tap in that Sessegnon didn't give up on a bit of a run down the left byline. But I was worried about this game. I said to Nudo in last potty that I think we'll beat West Ham, which we didn't, but I was worried about the Fulham game. But we played really well. Richarlison started. He's looking like he cares about the Spurs shirt, which I was a bit worried about.
Did he just quickly? Did he not score and take off his shirt?
I was going to say, can I ask you
Celebrate
about the
like a
shirt that's
maniac?
10
Wouldn't
foot
you?
knee
It's
slide?
first goal for the new club.
I'd make sure I was on side first before I got a yellow card for it.
Oh, okay. No, but he did, I remember that.
Oh,
He
look,
did do that.
I know what you mean. Yeah, you would, but it was slightly. I wouldn't care who it was. It's amusing to see someone celebrate like that and then get,
Then
oh,
you
it's
give it
offside, mate. And here's a
offside.
yellow for taking.
Well,
off his
hopefully he
shirt.
scores a screamer for his first goal.
It is
We-
Richarlison, though, so everyone would have loved to have watched that. Get the yellow card go up and the goal being
yeah, he's definitely not liked.
He's definitely not like.
But yeah, all in good performance. I'm worried about this weekend against City, but I'm really happy that we're going into that game with a win. 6 games undefeated. We needed to win that because I knew Arsenal were playing United the following night, and it put a little bit more pressure on them, even subconsciously. It was really good going into when your rival's got a big match. Off a win makes a big difference.
Yeah, I agree with
That's
that.
a good call. Yeah.
It's a good point. That's a good win over Fulham because as we say it every week, but that vanilla call is just terrible, shocking.
There might be vanilla tones to their shirt, but it's not definitely not in their style of play.
Yeah, no, they're
their
cracker.
passion. And I tell you what, I'll get their manager right this time, Marco Silva.
Marco Silva,
right.
yeah.
He is
I
a
keep saying
bloody attractive man I've
He's
ever
just got
seen
like a
one.
rooster, isn't he?
Beautiful accent, swept over
Yeah,
hair.
because he's got like he
Yeah.
can speak like
And he's really
great
calm.
English, but he's like got that nice little
Yeah. He was talking about it and he was really calm, and I was just like, I like you.
Yeah, nah.
Marco?
I get him and Wolves manager mixed up because they're both Portuguese, I think. Bruno Lage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always get them mixed up. But no, they're playing good football, but good win for Spurs there, unfortunately. Wolves won Southampton 0. Yeah.
Can't,
Did that game happen?
Can't comment.
There's no Wolves fans in Australia, surely. He's there?
There
If you're a
would
Wolves
be.
fan, you comment.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know for the Wolves fans. But I didn't watch it. But I mean, it's a strange one because
Look, there was a lot going on the weekend. Like we tried.
we
gotta
had a
watch
big. The
our own
average
game.
office had a big weekend, all right? Not just in football. We just had a big weekend in general.
Look, I'll find out who scored for us, and maybe we can talk about that.
Look,
We'll get back to you, Barry.
Paden
let's go to the
scored in
next
the
one.
46th minute. He's got a winner. First name is Daniel.
Good on him. Yeah, look, good result for Wolves there. Southampton, a little bit of a slump. They drew the midweek game too. Who have they got?
And well, that was Wolverhampton's first
they
game
got,
of the
they got Brentford on the weekend.
first win of the season for Wolverhampton. so-
Oh, it was too. All right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe there's
and they got a
talk of-
point against Everton. No,
Yeah.
sorry, against Bournemouth midweek. So they'll probably be that's something to build on for them.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing. We talk about drawing every game. You got to convert those draws into wins.
You do, that's
1-0
true.
wins, and that's what they've gone
That's
and
what
done.
They've gone and done. Well
So
done to them.
well done to the lads in orange.
Now, great result for the rest of the league is Aston Villa 1, Man City 1.
Yes.
Whilst I don't agree with managers getting the sack real early, that has saved Gerrard's job for a few games.
Do you think?
I think so.
Yeah, I see. I still think he's got 10 games where he's unquestionably their manager.
Yep.
It's like, I just think that, but you're right. It
I
goes
think
a
it's
long
just
way to,
it's helped
like,
him a lot.
shoring him up.
It's helped him a
time.
lot. The Bailey's goal and that was a screamer too. Did you see that?
Yeah, it was a great goal.
Yeah, that was a
actually, on
great
Bailey.
goal.
Just as I take him out of my fantasy league, fantasy side too. But
Murphy's Law.
I'm pretty sure it was an offside call for Villa that
Oh yeah, so I
they
watched that.
called it offside and he
See,
wasn't.
This is the consistency thing
Yeah.
we're talking about. So
And-
that was Coutinho. He wasn't offside.
No,
you
you're
watch it back.
supposed
He's
to let it
clearly
play,
on.
and you're supposed to let it play. That's been the rules for the last
Exactly.
year.
And how often do you see it that they let it play on and you think that was fucking offside?
Yeah.
And then they go back to it and they're 2 meters offside.
Yeah.
Coutinho's a meter onside.
Yeah.
And he's putting up his flag early.
And is that the one they slotted? Coutinho
Yeah.
actually put it in the net?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Edison didn't try, but
Coutinho
still.
scored it, but
It
someone.
was Coutinho.
Coutinho, yeah.
He cut back in and slotted it top right. I mean,
Yeah.
as Ethan said, the whistle went, so Edison didn't dive for it. But, like,
At the same time,
Consistency.
Get it right, boys.
Come
just
on.
Get it right, but yeah.
like if I can get it right sitting down having a beer from home, I don't know how you can't in front of 40,000 people. Jesus.
The Haaland KDB partnership strikes again.
Yeah.
That, to be fair, that ball from Haaland is exceptional. It's
Oh,
hung
yeah.
up just enough to get
KDB,
over
you
the
mean?
keeper. To Haaland, sorry, by KDB.
Yeah.
He hung it up just enough to get over the keeper. And I don't know if you've seen Haaland, but like it looked like he jumped and then kind of just kept floating.
Yeah,
Like, he kept
yeah.
going and he just like tapped it in. I'm like,
He
this
does.
is
That's like I reckon that's one of his signature finishes.
like the jump with the leg out.
Well, so many other players that do a diving header or like just body it in, and
Yeah.
he always seems to end up
With his
5
leg.
foot in the air, like karate kicking it.
His leg around his
not
ear, just
human.
like
He did that for Dortmund all the bloody
yeah.
time.
Nah, it's a partnership brewing that could be something special. I think KDB is definitely coming for that. Steven Gerrard is it Steven Gerrard that holds
Yeah,
the most
Steve. Yeah.
assists? I think Pep Guardiola said that during the week. He said,
Sorry,
I feel,
Gerrard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. Feel sorry for Gerrard, but I think he's going to come for it, and I think he will get it undoubtedly.
Does Gerrard hold the most assists in the Premier League?
I don't know if it's
it's
assists in the
not.
Premier League or
It's
assists
not.
in a season.
Yeah.
There's some
It's-
assist record that he had
okay.
It's either
Yeah.
Ryan Giggs or Frank Lampard. I'm pretty sure.
What about Dennis? Oh no, Thierry Henry holds the most assists.
in a season.
No, in
In
the league.
in
I'm
the
pretty
world.
Sure.
I'm just gonna Google it while you guys talk about
Yeah, well-
Brighton and Leicester.
Well, Brighton and Leicester was a fucking unreal game. Leicester
7 goals, baby.
Leicester are in big trouble. I think Vardy got benched. So is this an end of an era for Vardy?
Perhaps.
Like, I don't know.
Well,
like,
they got flogged, so maybe.
I don't know if Vardy
Give him a
comes back
chance.
from this. Like, he's been benched. He's like getting a bit long in the tooth. His team's not doing great.
They need to quickly, man. Someone needs to throw them the life raft because they are sinking.
Well, like what do they do? I don't think, to be honest, I know Jake is adamant that Brendan Rodgers could be first manager sacked, but I don't think that's I can see if they do, but who are you going to bring in to rescue Leicester here? Probably at the moment, Brendan Rodgers is your best bet to get.
And they're paying Brendan Rodgers some outrageous
that's
fee.
the other
He's
thing
like
too.
the fourth
And they've got no
highest
money,
paid
man.
manager in the Premier League.
And that contribute to why they've got no money. Like they're just but like I don't know if getting rid of Brendan, like, because he's a good manager, Brendan. Like,
Oh, yeah.
what he was it Celtic? Or,
Yeah, Celtic. he went
was-
up. I mean, he was at us, and we came second.
Yeah.
Under Rodgers at Liverpool, and he did all right there. And then he went to Celtic and won a lot. I mean, to be fair, I read something the other day, which just shows how broken the Scottish league system is, as much as I like watching it. Since 1985, only 2 teams have won their top flight.
Yeah,
Rangers and Celtic.
It's a 2-horse race.
Now, we all knew it was a two-horse race, but for like, what's that like? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of race it. Anyway, 37 years since
Yeah, okay.
Aberdeen won it, and
That's
it wasn't.
wrong.
Yeah, and so
The poor Scottish people. Imagine living in a.
Poor Scottish people.
Jeez.
Imagine living in
not that
Scotland.
bad.
Imagine living in Scotland to start off with. It's terrible
Okay.
up there.
oh
Poor Scottish football fans.
don't
Oh.
you talk about the Bonnie Islands like that?
I'm telling you, if you've heard anyone, whether it's from England, Scotland, anywhere, talk about Scotland, Scotland's a fucking shithole.
There is
That's
a
what I've
beauty to
heard.
Scotland.
And now I love Scottish people, and they'll probably all flog
I
the
think that's a
shit
big
out.
call to say Scotland's a shithole.
Have you not seen Trainspotting, mate?
Oh, so one movie ruins everything. There are socioeconomic problems in Glasgow and other main cities, like in anywhere in the world. But to suggest that the whole of Scotland's some sort of pit,
Like, look, scenically beautiful. I just think the weather, maybe the people, I'm not sure.
oh, maybe no.
I can't say that because my missus Paige, her family's from Scotland, so
We love you, Scotland. Don't listen to Leah.
I don't even. I forget. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they were talking about like how bad being in Scotland is. I don't know. I got caught up.
What,
I'm
was
sorry.
was it like a London podcast? Because of course they'd say
No,
that.
they were talking to the True Geordie. I don't know if anyone knows the True Geordie, but
No,
he
can't
was
say I do.
saying how bad Scotland is. But anyway, I digress.
Haters gonna hate, but yeah, Brendan Rodgers had some success at Celtic. Not too hard as we've discussed. Especially, I'm pretty sure when he was having his success, Rangers were going through all their turmoil.
Yeah.
So it was a 1-horse race.
It's just.
Does he? I think he won an FA Cup with Leicester.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
So it's not like he's hopeless.
So I think
No,
they've won the
so
Premier
this year
League,
he
won
is.
the FA Cup, made the quarterfinals of the Champions League.
yeah.
And they finished 5th, I think,
They finished fifth a few times.
So I think he could be a victim of overachieving. I think I heard that during the week, which is a good point. Like he's achieved so much at Leicester with kind of so little, to be honest. It's making it look like what's going on now. And what's going on now is not great. Like
and like let's.
they're in. That's what they got 1 point. I think. Did they draw on the?
Yeah, I think they're on
they
one.
haven't. They've lost.
They're on one.
They're on. Yeah,
They've drawn one
got
game. They've drawn the
point.
opening game. So, look, I just don't think. Like, I think Brendan Rodgers' days are numbered. But until someone viable can come in to take his spot, that can give them whatever it is that they need. Like they have. Like, luckily for them, they haven't lost Madison. They haven't lost Tillemans. They've still got Vardy, even though he could find form somewhere. They only got lost Fofana. So it's not all doom and gloom. It's just about getting the players that you have now and getting
Yeah.
the most out of them, I guess.
Yeah.
Which I think Brendan Rodgers is a good bloke. He's a good man manager.
Yeah, I think so. And he's not hopeless tactically.
No,
But
On Brighton,
Brighton
coming fourth.
insane. That
What have they
McAllister
done
free
to-
kick?
I know
Their
they finished
recruitment-
well.
Their recruitment.
McAllister, God.
Their recruitment is
McAllister.
I love the fact, just quickly, that he's Scottish, but because he's from Argentina,
Yeah,
they're like,
he's
oh, make
Alexis.
it fancy, Alexis McAllister. No, it should be Alex McAllister.
Yeah, I've seen a thing during the week. I don't know if it was on Twitter or something like that, but their recruitment has been next level. Like McAllister come from a second league Spanish side, I think, or something like that.
Pascal Gross is quality.
Yeah, Pascal Gross. He come from some random side.
Yeah.
They just sign these unreal players from and then you got Graham Potter just.
He's a great
managing.
manager. Yeah.
He's surely next next England manager, or not, maybe not England, but maybe next like big. Maybe he could save Leicester. Not that he'd want to go to Leicester, where he's
Yeah.
now.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like he's next shout for like moving up, I think, from Brighton. I think he's about after this season. Well, could be his last season at Brighton, maybe, before he gets snapped up.
Well, just quickly before we move on to the heartbreak that you have.
How long do we got left? Because I
Well-
could go on for a while.
So the record that he's talking about is De Bruyne could overtake Gerrard on the list of
okay.
assists. So he won't get that. Gerrard doesn't have the outright record. He's 7th with 92. De Bruyne's, according to this, I don't know how old this is currently on 81.
Right. Who's the top?
Giggs there, 162.
Yeah, right.
Cesc Fabregas second with 111.
Yeah, right. I don't know where I got Thierry Henry from.
Maybe
he holds them for most
He had
in
a
a
season
season.
where he had like
Most in a
23
season.
goals and 22 assists
Yeah,
or something
okay.
ridiculous. So.
Anyway, moving on to the disappointment that was Manchester United 3, Arsenal 1. Look, I don't know really where to start here, but I don't know what it is about us playing Manchester United. Whether we get them in the worst form of their life, it doesn't matter. They somehow manage to get a result out of us. Like whether it's a draw, but like
To be fair, sorry. For United, yeah, that was, I think, their 4th win on the bounce.
Yeah, it was.
So it's not like they were in
it was.
shocking form.
They're not in shocking form, and like they didn't play bad, but we dominated that game. We dominated from start to finish. Like there was a period, maybe the first 10, 15 minutes that Manchester United had it on us. Not even had it on us, just like we're in possession of the ball, and then we just took over. Like
You know what? Liverpool versus United was the same.
Yeah, like it's,
Like, we dominated the game,
and
but-
they look, they've been like drilled to play on the counter, and they're fucking playing on the counter.
Eric Ten Hag has realised what he has and how he'll get results,
But-
and that's what he's doing.
Groz's grudge of the fucking week, VAR. So that first opening goal by Martinelli, that was a goal, and I'm gonna assume you guys are gonna sit here and tell me that you both think it was a foul, but
No, I think it should have been a goal.
it
Yeah.
should have been a goal, man.
I agree.
Like, and we spoke like I know you keep telling us how like the referees have that new like prerogative to let the game play,
Yeah.
like soft fouls, like. And like he makes contact with Eriksson, but Eriksson kind of doesn't realize he's there till the last minute. And when he realizes, I think he then milks it. There's maybe some hands on him, but I don't think it's like a clear push. And I just don't understand.
It seemed a bit soft.
And I don't understand how the ref can stand from like 2 meters away, look at it and go, play on, that's play on. And then
And they've got the feel of the game, which is the most
exactly
important thing.
right.
VAR
And we
stripping.
score, and we
Exactly.
score a fucking beautiful goal, man. Like the ball from Saka was unreal. Then Martinelli holds off whoever the fuck that stupid centre back is. I don't know which one. Holds him off. Yeah, that's right. I don't care. And then puts it over De Gea into the side net. Like it's just an unreal goal. And for that to be taken away by some stupid VAR call to say, come back here and look at this shitty little foul. And like everyone's saying, oh, it's soft, it's soft. Like it's just ridiculous. Like the VAR isn't brought in to ref those calls,
And that's-
It's not
and that's
a
the
clear,
issue.
And he watched that foul over and over and over and over again. Like that's
In
not
slow
clear and
motion.
obvious. It's exactly. And
Like-
you watch it in real time. It's coming together. The ball's free. He takes it, turns.
Yeah.
And that's just not what VAR is for. It's not
No.
clear and obvious. And it's like,
It's starting to ref. They're starting to ref the game with video technology, as in, like, rather than going, that was clear and obvious, wrong decision.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're refereeing from the VAR
Yeah.
den,
Yeah.
and then go and, like, it's like they're, I don't know, like. There's
And-
it's infiltrating the game too much, and I think
Yes.
this is what people were worried about before it came in.
yeah, the whole
Sucking
idea.
the joy out of the moment.
Exactly
You can't-
right. The
you
moment.
score and you go-
Exactly right, Ethan. Exactly
And they wait,
right.
and they're
Yeah.
like, "Is that okay? Is it not okay?
Yeah.
Are you going to find like a
The
toenail that
first
push
thing
someone
I do
over?"
now when we score is I celebrate, but as I'm celebrating, I'm thinking, oh, was anyone offside? Is there a foul there
Yeah.
somewhere? Like, I'm looking like...
And when you
is he
concede,
calling?
you wait and go, "Was someone offside? Surely in the build-up."
Yeah,
Come on."
exactly right. And it's just
Like-
changed the whole dynamic of
Yeah.
how you watch football. Like, a goal in the football is supposed to be a magical moment.
Can you remember
because
it? About 7-8 years ago, how
Oh.
much we'd scream when you'd score.
Like,
You'd
the
literally
best
get
was
up,
when,
shake
like-
the lounge,
yeah,
and fucking
exactly
go
right.
off like
And
a sock.
you see a runner come in behind, and the flag stays down, and he slots it, and you're just going off your head. Now you're just like, well, I can't celebrate this because who really knows? He could be an inch offside.
I think that VAR is good for offsides because I think that they got them. Hold on, hear me out. They got them long. They got them wrong a lot.
I understand that.
Pre VAR, they got offsides wrong a lot. I think that they still need to tweak what is off like that fine line because I don't think it's fair when like a toenail
Exactly, that's my point, right?
keeps someone onside or puts them
You're
offside.
saying an inch difference, like just because your foot had started before my foot in the same foot race that you're now like a complete disadvantage. Like,
Yeah.
that's where it's just like I would honestly prefer. I don't know if I'd prefer to take like not the howlers, like obviously it's like
there was some shocker ones. That was the thing.
I know, but like.
I know what you mean. I think they need
Offside's one thing.
They
and
need
that
to
will-
tweak offside.
Offside will end up being ruled by like they're putting the thing in the ball now, like
Yeah,
and
like
all that.
Hawkeye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's going to be ruled by that. So like
Yeah.
it's just going to be like yes or no, which has to be. It's still like you got the width of the lines and whatever and shit like that now, but. I think, it's all right. I'm going to go. I've still got a bit of raging to do.
Look, we need to finish talking about it. Definitely,
I can't. I'll look at my notes. I can't. I've got so much to talk about.
it does have a lot.
Anthony scored, which Anthony just looks like he belongs at Manchester United. Just an idiot.
I love
To be honest,
Talk
like
to me, mate. Get some
he's
hate
him
out.
doing his like in the and he couldn't even work out where the away fans. Like honestly,
That's
Scott
classic.
McTominay. How is he a midfielder for Manchester United? Can anyone answer me this question? He should be. Like, I don't know. He should
so
be
he
like a
started-
mechanic or something like that. I
Did
think.
he start over like Casemiro, or did they start
Yes,
together?
because apparently Scott McTominay's form. Scott McTominay is. Look,
I mean, at the end of the day,
can you sit
All
here
I
and say
can-
you enjoy watching Scott
all I
McTominay
can
play?
say is Scott McTominay has been the base.
He is a grub.
But he has been at the
is
base of a
grub.
midfield that's winning 4 in a row. So if you're his coach, you probably wouldn't want to pull him out.
I just think he's late to every challenge. He almost pushed Jesus into the first row, like completely irrational, dangerous challenges. Like and anyone that says, "Oh, he's competing for the ball," he's not competing, mate. The only reason he's barging people in the back and running over people because he's late.
Yeah,
he's
'cause
2
he's
steps
late. Yeah.
behind.
Yeah.
He's horrible. Get him out. I'm sick of him. Sorry.
But from a perspective, just cool your jets and chill for a sec. As much as I dislike Man United, they're going to be cheering because from where they were at the start of the season,
And look-
that Liverpool result set them up. And since then, as I said, they've won something like 4 on the bounce. They seem to have the wood on you guys. As you said, I don't know what it is. I don't know if psychologically Arsenal just go there and get nervous. That could just be one of those games that you can just write off as a one-off. You say you got a couple of dodgy calls. They got a couple of
at the end of the
counter-attacking
day,
goals.
We lose that game. I'm not upset about how we played. Sometimes we go to
There's no
Old
heart. When we
Trafford,
played them, there was fucking didn't seem like there was
Yeah.
much heart. It pissed me off.
and we dominated that game. There was they hit us on the counter twice because we were trying to go and get them goals. I feel like the 3 subs from Arteta was too much.
Yeah.
Change the dynamic too much. Playing a much too high line, one all at Old Trafford is. You're playing with fire. Like I like the fact that we're chasing the game, like trying to go after a result, but you've got to remember that it's Manchester United at Old Trafford. Sometimes you need to shore things up. Like I don't feel like Saliba and Gabriel playing on halfway with the likes of
Yeah.
Rashford running off your shoulder
Yeah.
is a great tactic. Which
You can't
kind
just
of-
have one set of tactics, can you? You have to approach each
which
game.
we don't. We changed it up, and his tactic was to go for the game, which I kind of like. I love that.
Yeah.
You want to see your manager like, all right, boys, balls out, let's go. And he made the 3 subs to get the attackers in to go forward and score. And to be honest, we could have scored 3-4 goals there. That it just was one of those days where
Wasn't your day.
It doesn't go in the back of the
Yeah.
net.
And they happen.
another day, that's 4-0 to Arsenal.
They
It'd
have
be
to.
good to see when Arsenal play the next big club to see a real reference to that game.
Yeah,
because
look,
that was
it
your
was-
first big
it's
club of
just-
the year. So perhaps that's just
to
where
me,
you are
I'm
at.
just so annoyed. It's not because that's not where we're at. We're not. We're better, and that's why I'm so disappointed. Like I know you're trying to wind me up. I've got it all out now, but I'm just disappointed. Honestly, I was super disappointed because we started so strong and I wanted, and I think that I don't hate Manchester United until we play them, and every time we play them, I'm just like, I fucking hate Manchester
You
United.
get reminded of
yeah,
why.
I just don't like them, and I guess that's why because they always get results. But Yeah. Anyway, we'll go to the next one. We move, as they say.
That's what you have to do. Hey, you put it aside. I mean, look at Bournemouth. Got done 9-0 and they got 4 points in the next 2 games.
Well, it's never say never. All right. Well, that's the weekend's results. I think we'll take a.
Shit. Yeah, let's have a break.
You want?
Yeah.
I need.
I was just going to say we should lighten it up, but maybe a break would be
I
ideal.
just need to go and take a breath for a second because I'm about to get about 1,000 hates on Instagram when I turn that into a reel.
And some curdled goat's yarn and we rode down in the horse and cart. Yeah. Anyway,
All right, we're back. We'll finish this round off with our player of the rounds. I've only got one for the weekend because I didn't quite get one for midweek. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, mate, you go first.
Mine was Alexis McAllister. I thought he had a great game for Brighton. He was ruled out an absolute worldie for an offside decision that was pretty contentious, I think.
that free kick he got.
But then he hit that free kick, and oh my word,
God.
oh my word,
Alexis.
Yeah, so Alexis McAllister, I think he was my player of the round. We'll move this way, Figos.
All right. Well, I had 2, one for each.
Nice.
I've just gone for the easy one and gone for the Hattie Heroes.
Oh, yeah.
Because honestly, looking back, I just thought that they were.
Yep.
So, Haaland in the 6-0 win over Forest. I think.
Haaland. There's something else about that song.
Yeah, you shouldn't even know that song, mate. You're a Spurs fan.
Anyway.
That's crazy. But yeah,
That's
look,
from Dortmund.
Okay.
don't
yeah,
care.
Sure. Whatever you reckon, bro.
don't care.
YouTube it.
I've never seen a Spurs fan that loves City so much.
I know it's weird.
It's kind of scary.
It's because we got it over him. I don't fear him. See you on Saturday, dogs.
Oh, my God.
But anyway,
We do. We're their bogey team. We're going to fucking whoop them.
Oh, I hope City put 6 past you boys.
Oh,
That's going to be great
Never seen
content.
All
a
I can
fucking
say is-
Arsenal fan that wants
That'd be
City to
gonna
win so
great-
much.
that'd be great content.
don't put down dogs like that by referring them to City. Okay, dogs
All
are anyway. I like dogs. You like dogs?
Anyway,
I like
Dags.
caravans better.
Who was the other one?
So I had Haaland in the 6-0 win
We're
over
losing it
Forest.
here, boys. We're losing it.
And then I went with Ivan Toney because the man is the god.
Yeah.
And that third goal of his. Just the composure. Turns the keeper, nutties someone,
Yeah.
chips over 3 people to slot it.
Yeah.
The man's a god.
He was cracker on the weekend. He
Love you,
certainly was.
Ivan.
Love you, Ivan. Keep
And,
up the-
what a name too, Ivan.
Ivan Toney.
Ivan Toney.
Good.
Double
Just
double
rolls
first name.
off the tongue.
Who was yours, mate?
Oh,
Mate, mine was Christian Eriksen.
Oh, yeah?
So-
Tell us why.
I think he's just added some new element to Manchester United. He can pass it through the line like he used to do for us. Depressing he left us, but it's good to see him come back after
Yeah.
his cardiac
Yeah.
arrest,
Yeah,
obviously.
100%.
100%.
But he's added a lot. The last 4 games, their wins, he's been instrumental
He
in all
moves
4,
the
so-
ball forward so well for them.
Yeah,
He
he's
receives,
great
he
on the
turns,
ball.
he
Great
does.
vision.
He doesn't even have to look sometimes. Sometimes
Yeah.
he's done the looking before he receives the ball.
Yeah.
And he's playing deeper. too.
Yeah, he
he's
is.
playing deeper than them. So
Alongside your mate.
He's the Danish Pele.
He's technically supposed to be playing like in front of him, but I guess he's picking up the ball in the same area. Like it's
Yeah.
McTominay doesn't win the ball, he fouls someone, and then they get the ball back,
And then he yells.
and then it's just.
But
anyway, but he's quite good for United. It's a good pickup. I didn't think he would be that good for them.
Neither.
But they've employed him well.
I thought, just to end, I thought that he was going to be coming in as a squad player.
Yeah, so do I.
I didn't think he'd be starting every game.
So do I. So
good on him.
Good on you, Christian. Well done.
It's just a shame that you went there.
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
we
you could've-
won't hold it
You
against
could have picked a better team. But anyway, on to our new favourite segment, Fig's Fun Football Facts. What do you got
All
for
right.
us this week, Fig?
All right, look. So that bit of heaviness in that whole thing at times, like going through the. You look shocked at the heaviness. I'm just saying there was some heaviness in the results.
I got a bit.
Yeah, there was a
I got
little bit of sadness. So
upset. Yeah,
I
got a
like
bit-
to lighten things up with the fun football facts. All right,
Oh, a bit of whipped cream in here. All right.
definitely. Bit of jam, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
on
I
your
love
scone.
jam and whipped cream on
So-
the scones.
Although to start the fixed fun football facts, it's not so fun. We're talking injuries, okay?
Okay.
So, unfortunately,
Some injuries.
there's been like players get injured, as we know, and sometimes it rules them out of big tournaments and stuff. Like Gerrard, he missed the 2002 World Cup
Yep.
with I think he had a groin injury.
Yep.
A curtailed Harry Kewell's whole career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's been a lot of good players.
Plenty of Arsenal players that have had careers ended by injuries.
Yeah. Or just, like, what about Ledley King from Tottenham? He was one of the best centre half I've ever seen up there. And the poor bloke just had groin injuries galore.
Yeah. It's about to happen to Thomas Partey too. But anyway.
But occasionally injuries happen.
Right.
And
tell me more.
they're a little bit amusing.
Okay.
And you wonder, how's he done this or what's happened here? So I've picked 3 of the best, all right? So, all right. So have we heard of Darren Bernard?
No.
Well,
I thought you
he
were gonna
played
say
for
Darren
Chelsea and Barnsley back in the day in the 90s.
Chelsea before Chelsea were good, Chelsea.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, yeah, pretty much. He was a German-born Welsh international.
Right, interesting combination.
But anyway, he missed 5 months in 1999. So basically what happened was his missus bought a new dog, a puppy. The puppy weed inside. No one knew, no one cleaned it up, and he slipped over.
Done the old hammy.
You kidding?
Slipped over, knee injury, out for 5 months.
Injury. Oh, he's done a full ACL.
Yeah. So that's not exactly ideal.
No, slipping on the dog weed.
So yeah, that's the first one.
That's a crazy
That's slightly amusing. Second one, you'll like this one. It's an Arsenal player, Steve Morrow.
Oh, yeah, I love it. Yeah, give it to
Steve
me.
Morrow. So he scored the winner in the 1993 League Cup final.
Oh, the old celebration injury we talking?
Well, after the game, Tony Adams, 6'3" Tony Adams, picked him up on his shoulders,
I think I have it.
dropped him, broke his collarbone,
His collarbone.
out for 6 months, and missed the FA Cup final because of
good on
it.
you, Tony.
kidding.
So that's not exactly ideal either.
What position did he play? Do you know?
Oh, I think he played.
Left,
Yeah.
right out by the sound
No,
of
I think
things
he
after
played.
that.
I think he played midfield. I could be wrong, but I'm not big on 1990s Arsenal folklore.
Okay. Well, I love Tony Adams, so I'll forgive him
Love
for that
Tony
one.
Adams, yeah, but I don't know if Steve would love him
No, I
so
don't think
much.
Steve loves him anymore.
And the final one, which is I find very interesting, and a little bit sad for this bloke, Santiago Canizares. So he was a Spanish goalkeeper, played for Valencia.
Mm-hmm.
Played some finals for Valencia back remember when Valencia were
Really good
like,
side.
yeah,
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good side, was pushing Iker Casillas for like the number one goalkeeper of the
okay.
Spain team.
Yeah.
At a camp pre the O2 World Cup, he was having a shave, accidentally dropped his aftershave, a shard of glass flicked up and cut a tendon in his foot, severed it, and he missed the World Cup.
Wow.
Oh my
Okay. That's pretty full on. That's an interesting one.
So maybe it's not fun football facts. Maybe
That's a bit gruesome.
slightly
Well,
interesting injuries. And there was one more, which I find very amusing. Rio Ferdinand. You've probably heard about this one in the coffee table.
No.
No.
So he just signed for Leeds and he was watching telly at home with his feet up on the coffee table, sat there too long, was out for 3 weeks because he hurt his groin.
Well, Rio
So
suck shit.
that's Fig's fun football facts for the week.
Thanks very much, Fig. I like it. All right. Well, what's next, fellas? We got
Fantasy
some fantasy
scores, mate.
scores. That's right. Fantasy scores. How'd everyone fare throughout the week?
I did better on the weekend than in the first week. So on the weekend, I got 61. Holland was my top scorer with 18.
Yep.
And Jesus, Zinchenko, and Trent only all got 1 for me, which was
Yeah.
slightly disappointing. And then the midweek round, I got 34,
Ew.
which wasn't great. Nico Williams got me -1. Thanks, mate. And Salah and Kane top scored for me with 10.
Salah and Kane. Mm-hmm. Have you got Haaland and Kane?
No, I transferred out Kane for Holland.
Oh, okay.
That's why his scores were big on the weekend. For
Yeah.
Haaland,
Well, after he scored that Hattie, I thought, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Like-
you can't not have him.
Yeah.
How'd you go, Beef?
Good. So speaking of Haaland, my strikers have brought in all my points this year. My mids have been getting like 1. My strikers have scored every single game except for 1 game. The midweek I got 84. Yeah, boom. I didn't check any of my stats, but it was good. On the
What's going on?
on the weekend,
Take your word for it.
nah, it was Haaland. He got me 34.
Captain.
Captain, yeah. This weekend, Haaland got me 18, captain, 44 total, which is disappointing. And my crappest player was Reece James. He got 1.
Yeah, you fucked
Got a
me
yellow
too.
and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conceded.
Nice, mate. Well, I got 44 points this weekend. Not great. I didn't do too crash hot. I think Haaland was the only one that scored me decent points. Everyone else was like in the ones and twos. Oh, I got Pascal Gross. He's pretty good.
Yep.
Midweek was a bit better. I got 67, but Haaland top scored for me in both. I'm still really considering getting rid of Salah I didn't do it this week. I'm nervous as to see what happens with Champions League, but I just think Salah for KDB is the move at the moment.
I don't think it's a bad move. I just think it comes down to like City have enough people in their squad
Yeah, I know.
that you just can't.
You got. I guess
just
you got to
can't
wait for almost a
guarantee.
tough run of fixtures in the Premier League
Yeah,
for KDB.
because if not, you'll just
play
rest
them all
him.
and he'll,
I mean, he might put him on for the final 20 if they need it, but
yeah,
If anyone was bold enough to take Salah out this year, they're probably smashing it.
Yeah,
They'd
you would
KD,
be. Yeah, you'd be
KDB
killing
from
it.
the start because I think Salah, well, we all know he's got not many.
no.
maybe like
but Salah does have it
10.
in him. I don't know. He could.
He's-
It's weird. It's a weird one, as you said. He's assisting the assister, but when's he going to start
Yeah.
scoring the goals?
And like
he's,
he's
so
getting-
dear, but he's
I
like
know,
12
he's
Yeah,
so
right?
expensive.
that's the problem.
yeah.
For
And
how
I think-
much he
I think
costs.
KDB is not. I think Salah's 13. Well, he was 13 to start the season.
yeah, right.
So, and KDB is only like 11 and a half or 12 and a half or something like that. But anyway,
The leader is Andrew still, so congrats Andrew, still leading
Andrew
average
Craig,
Aussies.
he's good, isn't he?
Come and
He's
join
good.
if you haven't joined
Yes,
yet, lads
please.
and ladies.
Join, yeah, invite some friends, like whoever. We don't care. Just get him
Get
in there.
involved.
Get him in there. The more the merrier. I'm telling you, you'll have fun. You'll have fun.
There might even be a prize.
You can never know. We could have a price.
Not
Might be-
not guaranteeing.
guaranteed. There's
But
a
there might
disclaimer
be.
right here that
There might be.
we might. You never know.
That Everton jersey's going pretty cheap.
All right, on to this week's result. This week's fixtures, real quick. We got Fulham Chelsea to start the round.
I'm back in Fulham.
Yeah,
in that
I'm
one.
back in Fulham all day.
I
London
just think
derby.
that
Mitrovic double.
at home,
Craven
full
Cottage.
of confidence.
Absolutely.
Chelsea aren't. I'm back in Fulham.
Bournemouth Brighton. I'm going bloodbath again. I reckon
Well, Brighton have got goals in them,
I
don't
reckon
they?
Brighton
Yeah.
are just going to smoke them. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think
Bournemouth's manager bounces over. That's
yeah,
it.
Brighton will end it.
And
They'll end it.
Leicester, Aston Villa. You can't go past Aston Villa there. Leicester are in a world of hurt. Hopefully, maybe at the King Power they can muster something up and get.
I reckon,
get
bold
their-
prediction of the round, he brings back in Jamie Vardy and he goes,
Actually,
fuck you, man. He scores 3.
You
So I
might be
reckon
right.
Leicester
Because
3-0.
Aston Villa aren't crash hot, to be honest. They just drew with City, but you say 3-0.
I reckon if that happens and
know,
Vardy
right?
comes back, it's a chicka FAKD. We'll watch.
What does that
We
even
love a bold
mean?
prediction on that, rejoicing. We don't speak Ethan's language, but I think that means it's going to happen.
I think that Villa are going to beat them.
Nah,
I think that Villa have
I can go with
more
Ethan.
quality.
I can go with Ethan on an upset there because Aston Villa haven't been great. And if look, as you said, if Vardy can get it right, if Leicester can get it right, they have the players. They just need to work out what the fuck they're doing.
And that's the problem.
Liverpool Wolves. Liverpool at home for this one. I feel like Wolves could be a bit of a bogey for you sometimes. Would I be correct in saying that, or maybe not?
They used to be 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they
I
used to
feel
be.
like for a bit, yeah.
I think Nunes looked all right against Everton, but didn't look like we've had Nunes and Jota come back, and I'm pretty sure Thiago
Yep.
is training this
That's a big
week,
one for
and
you,
we
Thiago.
signed Artemelo from
Yep.
season long loan from Juve. Now he didn't do great at Juve, but the guy's got pedigree. Played
Yeah.
for Barcelona, played for Juve. I saw some stats about some of his stats in Syria, and he was top in some.
Midfielder, yeah.
Yeah, midfielder. So
We spoke about that. That's what you need. Someone of a higher caliber
I
to
think
come in.
we got players coming back in.
Yeah.
Like we actually have options up front now. Just on the Everton Liverpool game, I thought that Bobby was like unfortunate not to start. I think he was in good form.
Yeah.
And I personally would have liked to have seen him start, see what he could do. Because Bobby doesn't provide anything off the bench.
No.
I've never really seen him come on and change a game.
Not a bench player,
So I
yeah,
would have
okay.
started him and then chucked on Nunes for the second half, but I'm not Klopp.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm backing us in that one. I think that we're getting bodies back in. I think we've got 4 points to those 2 games, something to build on.
Yep. I think Nunes might need to fire a bit. I think he's
He needs to. I think he needs to channel. He's
Needs to-
passionate. He's got
yeah.
quality. He needs to channel his
He
aggression
needs to
in the
calm
right
down a
way.
bit. Exactly right. I think.
Yeah,
The
got to
Everton
channel it
boys
the right
were
way.
talking to me on the weekend saying that he was carrying on, but like a bit of a knob.
Yeah, he can
Doing
get a bit.
VAR thing or something.
He can do. I feel like he's got a bit of that. Yeah, as we said that.
And Everton
Stat.
fans are going to say that, but aren't they?
No, look, I'm with the Evertonians on this one. He's a bit of a loose unit.
you know what he is?
He needs, as you just said, he needs to be channeled. Klopp needs to
Yeah.
like say, listen, mate, I know you're passionate and you love the game and you want to compete on everything, but it's got to go into here.
And I think
if it
Klopp pretty
doesn't-
much said that to him. Klopp
Yeah.
said he clipped him around the year every day at training that he was suspended to remind him to not be an
Yeah,
idiot.
well, you got to.
And yeah, Nunes is one of those players where if he plays for your team, you like him, and if he doesn't,
I
you
feel
think
like
he's a
when he comes
fuckwit.
up against us,
pigeon,
I'm
mate.
gonna hate
Yeah.
him.
All right.
Stop talking about Charleston, please.
Don't talk about him enough.
Southampton, Brentford. I'm going for Brentford on that one. I think that. Look, it could. I'm going to go 1-1 draw. Actually,
I was going to say I'm backing a draw there.
Yeah.
I can't like. Well, I don't know.
Anyway,
like they do
moving
have
on.
Ivan,
they do have Ivan, and they have been scoring goals. So, and
but Southampton at home,
yeah, but Southampton
Could go either way, that one.
I'm calling 2-2 draw there.
Yeah, I like it.
Now, on to the match of the round. Cannot wait.
Yeah,
I
Arsenal,
love
Everton. I think.
I love this match. When you go to City at home and there's no pressure on you at all and you can leave there with a massive 3 points, I fucking love this game. Every year we go there.
Why do you
I
think
look
there's
forward to
pressure?
it. Why there's no pressure?
Yeah.
When you go to City and you're the away team,
Why
there's
is
no
there
there's no pressure for you to win. You just go there. If you get a draw, great match.
You just
Whereas
turn
if you
up.
win,
Like, so you just turn up.
no. When you're okay, do you disagree that when you're going to City, you're not expected
If
to
you
win
want
the
to
game?
compete at any standard, you want to hope, you want to pray that you're going to get a
No,
win
no, no.
there.
You-
don't go there being like, oh, well, we're turned up.
No, you're taking this the wrong way. This is why I love the game, is because if we go there and win, it's a fucking huge 3 points.
Tell this guy,
No,
please.
I love going to Anfield.
There's
and I
no
love
pressure because
going
he supports
to.
City. That's why. There's no pressure because it
The
doesn't matter
Etihad.
who wins.
No. Listen,
I do understand what you're saying.
Oh, yeah.
You're
I'm not
ex-
saying that you just go there going, oh, we're going to fall over at all.
But City are
you-
expected to win, so the pressure's on them.
Yeah, so the pressure's on them. So when you go, you can either get beat. If it's a draw, you're happy with that, or you can leave with a huge 3
Yeah.
points, which can set you up for 4 or 5 matches
Yeah.
to come.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
you're
saying.
right.
Yeah.
I love that match. And I love going to Anfield as well because the same thing happens. If you go there, you're not expected to win, but if you win there, it has a massive impact on the next run of games for you.
I am calling
Good
a
point.
draw there, and I'll tell you why. Tottenham have got like I know you weren't happy that they drew with West Ham. I know that they just scraped a win over Fulham, but who's undefeated?
No, we dominated against Fulham. We didn't just scrape.
Mate.
It was a close match, but
scoreboard says 2-1.
no, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't 2-1.
No,
I'm looking at
was,
it.
Okay, so if you win 1-0, you scrape a win.
Look, I was about to talk you up and say that you're going to
I had,
fucking.
to, I had to correct you. We didn't scrape a win. That was one of our best performances all year. Anyway, go on.
Okay. Basically, what I'm saying is I think that Man City are going to win 8-0. No, I think it'll be a draw because I think City have been a little bit stop-start. Like, yeah, they can thrash Forest 6-0, but then they only drew with Villa. They were 2-0 down against Palace, and Palace just couldn't hang on. They overran them in the end.
That's what I
and
mean, they're
they
just not
also
out of any
drew.
game.
They also drew against someone else a couple of weeks ago. Someone helped me out here.
Palace.
No, they were 2-0 down to Palace. Who did they draw with a couple of weeks back?
Newcastle.
Yes.
Yes.
Right? And yeah, they could be in it to the end, but I think that Tottenham have got heart this year. And I think that City have shown that they are
Look.
not just completely unbeatable. And I'm calling a 1-1 draw.
I see. I think City are on another level almost to most teams, and I feel like Tottenham, although they're undefeated and they have played some good football, they have played some scrappy football, and scrappy against Man City is not going to cut it. So if they turn up, like I'm just saying this, like
I agree.
As a
we need to
football fan,
to
like,
turn up and play
if
really
you turn
well.
up like when you've played like who was it, Wolves or whatever, and you're scraping like one goal wins, like you can't have any kind of mistakes at the back or anything like that. There's
And
nothing.
we won't. When we play them, there's something about it.
Yeah,
We
you
just
step up.
play so good. I can't wait for it. So it's a 2:30 a.m. game Sunday morning. So
Yeah.
I'll have to stay up all the way
that's just
through.
my point of view. So I think Manchester City 4, Tottenham 0.
I think I'm
All right, we'll note that down.
going to go with the. Nah, fuck it. We're going to win,
Oh, okay. EJ, what's the score, mate?
mate. It's going to be 3-2.
3-2. Okay.
Okay.
Hopefully that'll
Goals
be
galore. Arsenal Everton back at home. Pretty nice fixture for us to get back on the horse.
I think you've got it.
Have
Arsenal
to win that. We have to win. Yeah, there's no two if buts or maybes about that. If we lose that, then that's when you start going, oh, is it the same old Arsenal? And I don't want those fucking questions this year. So yeah, for us, I'm going 2-0. I think we've been struggling to keep a clean sheet, which is strange. So I would love to keep a clean sheet for this game. But you got Gordon.
Everton have a striker yet? Is old DCL back?
They got Morpie.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know if he's playing as a striker or a winger, and I don't think DCL's back yet.
Yeah.
West Ham United, Newcastle. West Ham United at home. I think Newcastle too strong for them.
Yeah. I'm
West Ham,
calling Newcastle there.
Yeah, haven't started the season great. David Moyes, they were unlucky against Chelsea, to be honest.
Yeah.
So you never know, they could scrape something, but if you're Newcastle, you want to win that game. Crystal Palace, Manchester United. What do you reckon, boys? That's a tough one to call because Manchester
Very
United
tough.
are good, but Crystal Palace are also a great defensive side as well. I feel like it's set up quite organised.
And Palace at home, like as we were saying, they always got that
Yeah, they got that extra
edge.
man. If Manchester United can do it, that's what 6 on the
Five
trot.
in a row.
Five
Five
on
in
the
a
trot,
row,
yeah.
yeah.
For them.
Be a good match, that one.
Leeds, Nottingham
Oh,
Forest.
did we make a call on that one? The Palace, because we've done every other one.
I'll go Crystal Palace for the win there, 2-1. Yeah.
Ethan?
I think 1-1.
Ethan's saying draw. Yeah, I reckon a draw. I can't see Palace beating United, but I can see them getting a result. So I'll
Yeah.
go a draw.
It'd just be interesting to see how they both set up, like how they want to play. Because Manchester United have completely scrapped the whole playing out from the back thing. They kind of do it a little bit, but
Yeah.
it's not like ticky-tacky out from the back. So it's interesting to see how they play. Leeds, Nottingham Forest. You got to go with Leeds there at home.
Yeah.
They've been playing pretty good at home. That's where they're going to get the most of their points, I'd say. So
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest are just, what can you say? They've signed 22 outfield players. Like, what the fuck? Like, how are they going to get that to gel? And like, Leeds want to win that game. Like,
Leeds have looked good too.
yeah, they haven't
in-
looked
in
bad. Like,
flashes.
they've gone for a little bit of a, not, I wouldn't say a slump. You can barely call it a slump because what they had two draws. No,
Yeah.
they lost. They got smacked by Brentford actually.
Yeah. I'm going to back Forest in this one.
Fair.
Forest were 2-0 up against Bournemouth. And they won't be happy to have conceded 3 to lose that. But they were 2-0 up. And I think that since Rodrigo's gone out for Leeds,
Yeah, look-
they've looked half the team.
When
And I was singing
when you
their
actually
praises a
genuinely have
couple of
think
weeks
about
ago.
it, yeah, it makes
So,
sense. How
I-
good's Gibbs White too? Actually, he's
Yeah,
pretty fine.
quality player. So I'm going to back Forest in that. I
Yeah,
reckon
not
that.
bad, not bad shout. Look,
And you guys are sticking on Leeds?
I'm gonna go with
Yeah.
Leeds. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's
at home for me.
All right. Well, I've written them down so we can actually revisit it and see
Yeah,
if we're
we'll
decent
keep that.
decent punters, average punters, or hopeless punters.
So if you've seen our punters club, we're definitely not decent
Yeah, we won't
punters.
talk about that.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's episode 6, I think, of the Average Aussies. As always, if you've made it this far, you love it. So please like, subscribe, comment. Thanks heaps for everyone that watches it too or listens on
Yeah.
Spotify. We really appreciate it. Like, it means a lot to us.
I love yous all.
Yeah. And if you want, check us out on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter. We need to start getting on the Twitter. I think we might start live tweeting some games or something like that.
Yeah,
Do
not
something
a
like that.
bad shout. We need
Yeah.
to get some of those brilliant reels that you were cracking out the first few weeks happening too.
Yeah, I know. I got a bit slack on them this week, but we'll get some more.
Big week, mate,
I'll
big
I'll
week.
get some more hate on the Instagram.
Leo made a
I like
punch
it.
on the weekend, and I tell you what, 31's great because I'm still hungover and it's Tuesday.
He made punch and I fucking got punched.
Don't live over here. You're just in the Macca's car park just brawling on. But yeah, anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Really appreciate it. We'll catch us all next week. See you, boys.
See ya.
See you.